What's up, you guys? It's Jonno! Today I want to talk about critical captures, or critical catch as it's also known depending on where you live in the world. Some people say capture, some people say catch, but either way it is a critical catch, and you can see right here on the screen it looks just like that. It's basically when you catch it and it only does one bump, and then it has all the stars go crazy in different directions instead of just going out in the typical three directions that it always goes. Now we're going to talk about this because it's a really interesting subject, and I barely even knew that this was a thing. I actually barely even knew that this existed, so I do find it incredibly interesting that it's been out for a long time, but I didn't know about it, and it was actually something that I did on a live stream the other day, and a bunch of people were like, "Jonno, you just got a critical capture," and I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't know what that means," but I happened to see it, and I was like, whoa, that was very weird and interesting. So I decided to go and do some research online. You guys can see there are some shout outs to some YouTube channels here in the video. That's because I grabbed all of this footage from different YouTube channels online so I could get some better footage, because my footage from my stream wasn't that good, and I wanted to fill up a little bit more talking time while we watched some of these critical catches. So shout out to everybody that I used your footage. That's actually really cool, and I think it's fun that there was critical capture footage out there that I could just borrow so that we could talk about it here on my channel. So the first thing that you need to know about a critical capture is it's totally random. There's nothing you can do to make it happen, okay? So I was thinking, well, as soon as I figure out how to do that critical capture, I'm going to be getting it every single time. But apparently you cannot get it every single time. Unfortunately, it's just a totally random thing. Now, one thing that I have noticed is that it seems to happen more often when you are fighting a really struggling Pokemon, like a Pokemon that you have to hit over and over and over again. I haven't seemed to notice any pattern other than that. The people who are getting these critical captures have done a lot of Pokeballs, and they just keep on bouncing out, and then they finally get it with the critical capture at the end. Now, the second thing, aside from that Snorlax went down really easy. That was actually funny. First throw, great throw, critical capture. They don't give you a bonus for it. So that's another thing you need to know about it. Second thing to know about critical captures, there's no bonus, there's no indication that you got a critical capture other than the stars that go every direction. Now, I had wondered for a really long time, is a critical capture the thing that gives you the bonus XP? Every once in a while, I will get an XP bonus, and it just says the word bonus, and it's 10 XP, and I've never figured out what it was, but it's not for the critical captures. So that mystery will continue to remain a mystery, but you don't get any bonus XP for a critical capture. Nothing special happens aside from you get a one bump catch. It always catches it on the first bump, and you also don't have, or you also, what's the other thing? You get the crazy stars, you know, that's the only way, that's the only thing that happens. It's just you get a one bump catch and you get crazy stars. So that's pretty cool. This is one of the examples of a really tough catch that was captured with a critical catch. Now, lucky for this person, because they're catching a Togetic, and this Togetic is giving them a really hard time, and they do finally get it with a critical capture, and that's pretty sweet because you can see they used a lot of balls on it. So what's some other stuff that's interesting to know about a critical capture? Well, another thing to know about critical capture is you can get a critical capture with an Ultra Ball, a Great Ball, or a Pokeball. Now, I did not actually find any videos of Pokeball critical captures. I found one and then I lost it and I could not find it again. I swear I couldn't find it again, but I did see a video of someone who got a critical capture with a Pokeball. I'm pretty sure, but I couldn't find one, so maybe I'm wrong on that. That is the one thing that I could be wrong about. But for the most part, I think you can do it with any size ball. I think that it's just a matter of luck and total random chance on when you get it. Now, all of these critical captures that I'm going to show you today are for pretty rare Pokemon. You guys have noticed so far that they've been pretty rare, and I don't know if that's because the rare Pokemon were a little bit harder, so then they took more throws to catch the Pokemon, and then because they ended up doing so many throws, statistically they were more likely to get a critical capture. Maybe that's why. on the Snorlax, he got it on the first throw, so I don't know why that one was a critical capture. Makes no sense to me, so it's kind of interesting. It makes me wonder, have I got some critical captures that I didn't even notice in previous videos? I don't know. It would have slipped right by me. I wouldn't have even noticed it. So there was another one where he got it very quickly on one of the first throws, and got the critical capture on that nice big Ursa ring there. So that's a pretty good one. The next video is actually a Pokemon Go hunt that was posted by the user Malika Pokemon, and Malik was actually on a really long hunt, and I left a little bit of the footage in here because it's kind of funny. Apparently he went all the way around his block to try and find this Xatu, and then, or it's Malika Pokemon XYZ, went all the way around the block to try and find this Xatu, and then it ended up being the direction that they didn't go around the block, like right next to their house where they left, which is hilarious. That happens to me all the time, so I thought that was kind of funny. I left a little bit of the footage in there. So shout out to Malika and everybody else whose YouTube videos that I used. Thanks for letting me borrow your footage so we can talk about this a little bit. But yeah, you guys, critical capture, I don't see any distinction about what these guys are doing, like anything specific to be able to recreate the critical capture. It seems totally random. This guy's throwing straight throws. Other people were throwing curve balls. Some people are getting the nice great throw, the excellent throw. They're getting the word bonuses, and then some people are not getting the word bonuses, like the nice, great, and excellent throws. And there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it whatsoever. It just seems like if you get a critical capture, you're very lucky, and lucky you. So there was a straight throw. He actually got really excited about it, which is the appropriate reaction. Now when I get one, I'm going to freak out because it's like, now I know how rare it is. But his was actually a really good reaction. So this Dragonite is going to be a pretty long clip, you guys. And you can see it's a big boy Dragonite. Shout out to Mundo Pokemon GO. I used a bunch of Mundo Pokemon GO's videos. I don't know if this person is just a really boss Pokemon player, but they got some really good catches. A bunch of the catches on here were from Mundo, so big shout out to Mundo. And this is a huge Dragonite. What a great catch. That's just fun right there. This fool is using a Pineapple Berry on a Dragonite that is so big. You're crazy, fool. You are some kind of crazy fool. Oh my goodness, I would never do that. Anyway, you guys, what a fun video. I mean, critical capture after critical capture after critical capture. I wanted to show a lot of critical captures so you guys really get it into your head. This is what it looks like. I actually had no idea about it. The very first that I had ever heard about critical captures was a little while back. The Silph Road had done a post about some game code that they unearthed that referenced a critical capture and some new code in the game talking about critical capture. So everybody kind of scratched their heads and said, well, maybe something is coming in the pipeline for critical captures. But nothing really ever came of that, and I never heard another word about it for a long time. I had thought some of the major channels would have covered it, and some channels did cover it a little bit, but I actually didn't get any footage from any of the other major channels because I couldn't find any critical captures on their channel, and now it's kind of like my own personal challenge to try to get some critical capture footage on my channel. It's really important to me, and I think I'm going to be able to do it. I think that I can find it. So anyway, you guys, it's a pretty fun video. I think that it's lit to be able to show off the critical capture footage just a little bit. I told you this Dragonite video was long. He really struggled with this guy. I mean, 2631. He finally did stop using the Pineapple Berry on this dude. It's like, dude, you're not gonna end up catching him if you keep on doing that. But yeah, he does end up catching him with the critical capture. Nice job on that one. Really lucky that he got that. 10 candies for the Dragonite with Dragon Tail and Hurricane, so you know that it's after Gen 2. You know it's after Gen 2 anyway because the critical capture was released after Gen 2. He's down in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Nice! No wonder, because he's got pillow swine. This is YouTube channel Squirrelcraft. I think my video switched in there. I didn't put any transitions on my videos. I was lazy on this one, you guys. I admit it. So I did this video today because I can't do my daily adventure. It is so windy outside. We're having a windstorm. So for you guys who watch all my videos on a daily basis, I didn't do a daily adventure today because it's too windy outside, but I am going to do a nightly adventure. Don't worry about that. But yeah, this was a good video by Squirrelcraft. He was on this really good hunt. It was actually like a long long 35-minute video. It's pretty good. And he caught the pillow swine with a critical capture. So anyway, you guys, that's the end of the video. I wanted to talk a couple of points about critical capture and show that to you guys so you're aware of it. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks to all my awesome subscribers, and peace!